Hey guys, welcome to Blue Broad. It's Analytics Corner time, and it is a big crunch game this weekend versus our Melbourne rivals, Collingwood Football Club. And it's a game that traditionally is just really, in the last couple of years, what we pin our hopes on to just have a little bit of momentum, have a little bit of pride in the team. But this year, it means so much more. This year, we beat them. We could be in finals. This year, we could ruin their finals hopes. It's a huge crunch game, and it's something that I am super stoked to do this review on, this preview. And let's get straight into it. Two players that we've got to look out for. First one needs no introduction, and for me, I hate to say this, he is the best ruckman for me in the competition without a doubt. And that is Brodie Grundy. As you can see, a 97 out of 100 rating according to my TPI algorithm. That is phenomenal. That's as good as you can get. We're talking Leo Messi of ruck. We're talking Ronaldo of ruck. This guy is it. 15.2 disposals this year, 3.2 marks, 3.5 tackles, 70% disposal efficiency, and 124 metres gained. These are top draw numbers for a ruckman. These are very solid. But this is where I think we can beat him. As good as this bloke is, there is some chinks in his armour, and there's a guy that we're going to come to as well that is going to be very pivotal to how much influence Brodie Grundy possesses in this game. 33 hit-outs is phenomenal. However, 53% win percentage is around the good level for AFL ruckman this year, but his advantage is in the below average. It's 26.6. And what teams have done against Brodie Grundy is they kind of just resign themselves that they're going to lose the one-on-one hit-out. However, where they can win it is sharking him. And this is where I think someone like Bam Bam coming in this week could be really integral to how we do it. I reckon Pitternet and TDK and Casbolt between them can stifle Brodie Grundy. You've got a great combination there. He's a very rhythmical ruckman. He likes to get into a rhythm. If he's against the same person, someone like Tim English, where he traditionally has a very good record against, it's because English does 90% of their rucking. So he gets into a good rhythm, a bit like a fast bowler in cricket. We've got Casbolt, who's physical. We've got Pitternet, who is just really the old school heart tap physicality ruckman. Then we've got the athletic TDK. If you use them in kind of a triage, you're going to have a difference, a point of difference for Grundy to work against. And that will allow there for the midfield to really look to block. So someone like Kennedy, he's been really affluent at shepherding around that centre clearance, allowing Cripps, allowing Kerno, and allowing setters to get stuck in, and Kennedy sacrifice himself to stop one of their numbers, creating an outnumber in that centre clearance. And that is where Carlton can really affect him. You can see this year 3.7 clearances, around the money for a ruckman of his calibre. And 2 percenters. This is a hidden thing about Grundy. His second and third efforts aren't quite up there with like a gone. And this is when you have that argument, who's better? That's where sometimes he comes unstuck. So for me, his midfield numbers are what makes him better. But this is where he's beatable. And I would really back in. We know in the pre-season, Pitternet went against Grundy. And I know Grundy had just returned to training. It's not really a fair comparison. But he had effect about his ability for second and third efforts, stopping him get to the ball. And that is how you beat him. It's a combination, really, of throwing him off his rhythm, not allowing him to get into his rhythm, more importantly. And secondly, the midfield looking to shark it. One of them guys who we're going to pick up on who's going to look to stop that is a guy that I think is really underrated this year, and I've really enjoyed his game. And that is Taylor Adams. This guy is going to have a lot of hopes pinned on his shoulders. He's killing it at the moment. He's really in form. And there is always someone towards the second half of the year that gets into the All-Australian. For me, it's Cam Guthrie and Taylor Adams have had fantastic second halves of the year. And with no side bottom, no Trelaw, this guy is going to have a lot of work on him. Now, he's very physical. And if you look at his numbers, 23 disposals, 13.2 kicks, which is what you'd expect from a team that is kick-heavy like Collingwood. 65% disposal efficiency, 334 metres gained. Every analytics corner we talk about that. That is in the I'm pretty good category. 11 contested possessions, 6 ground ball gets, 6 clearances, 4.8 tackles and 17.8 pressure acts. This guy is their engine room, and this guy is a guy that you're going to have to stop. I hate to use the comparison, but this guy is going to be like their Cripper. If he gets going, the team lifts. And it's going to be interesting what they do with Taylor this week, because traditionally he either does two things. He's either their dynamic X factor out of the midfield, or he's stopping another player using his physicality and throwing his weight around. Now, when you look at the core makeup of the midfields, they can't afford to do that against Carlton. If they get into a battle and this guy is sacrificed, they're going to get run over. It's going to be very intriguing. Speaking to a few of my Collingwood mates, they've thrown some names at me who will do Cripper. I think this guy is going to go one-on-one with Cripper, not in a tagging role, in a one-upmanship role. And for me, I feel this is where a key battle will occur, because Cripper, I feel, can destroy Taylor Adams. I reckon this is going to be the key matchup, seeing two beasts of the game. One who gets the kudos in Cripps versus one who's probably underrated. This guy can hit you on the scoreboard, can hurt you on the outside, can hurt you in the inside. He ain't no mug. He's a very talented footballer. It's going to require someone to really put some body on him. This is where Taylor Adams, I think, has got a little bit of a chink. He likes to get into them battles. He likes to get into them stifles, and it can distract him. This is where Cripper can really, really implement his influence, implement his force. Should be a great matchup, though, that. They're the two guys that I've picked out. I'd love to hear you in the comments. Who are you worried about? Who do you think we've got the trumps on? I think when you look at these two 22s potentially, it's an absolute ripping tie. And it's what football needs. It's what sport needs. Rivalries. Two teams that don't like each other, going at it. And this year it means something. There's chocolates on the line. Let me know in the comments who you're thinking about. I'm super amped. I'm sure you guys are. Go Blues, and I'll see you Monday on my return on the Blue Abroad live show. Pom out.